everybody, this is the Golden Era Bookworm. Today I'm talking about Larry Scott's tips for fabulous forearms. Now I've talked about how to develop biceps and in particular Larry's tips and keys to developing biceps. And he's always, in these videos that I've made, and he's always talked about how to get large arms and even large shoulders. One needs to develop their forearms. The story is actually that Larry Scott met Bill Pearl in Bill Pearl's gym, and he was amazed by Bill Pearl's thick forearms. He went to probe Bill Pearl, and Bill Pearl later told him all of his secrets, and that's what this video is about. The main tips that Larry talks about are listed here. The first is Bill used a forearm bench. The dimensions are written there. It's very important to use a forearm bench because a normal bench doesn't allow your hips to be lower than the wrists, and that's a very important point that I'll talk about later. The forearm bench that Larry recommends that you construct or purchase from his website is a 12 by 12 inch padded. The bench top should be 12 by 12 inch padded, and it should be no more than 16 inches high, or even as a little shorter, 14 inches height. The reason is that this allows you to actually use an Olympic barbell and Olympic plates, because you're going to use very heavy poundage. Larry Scott used to use about 250 pounds, as did Bill Pearl, and that's a lot of poundage for wrist curling, and it's very important to use heavy poundage. And as Larry said, if you don't use a forearm bench, if you don't have a very short forearm bench, there is no way you're going to be able to get into position. You'll see the images later in the video. This is probably the most important of all the tips that I learnt from Larry Scott, and it is to use a thumbs under grip. This is highly important. That is, have your thumb underneath the barbell and use the strength of the thumbs to lift heavier poundage that you are used to. You have no idea how strong the thumbs are. You can literally almost double your reps or heavily increase the poundage that you use just by using a thumbs under grip. And the final tip is to sit with your hips lower than your forearms and wrists, and that's what the forearm bench allows. The forearm bench literally allows your forearms to sit only on the padded area, while your hips and your legs cradle the bench, and you'll see that in the next slide. Basically, by having the hips lower than the forearms and the wrists, you can actually rock back and forth and grind the reps out. So you have to do a bit of cheating, of course, but it's very important to use heavy poundage and to have the hips lower than the wrists to use this heavy poundage. And when you have heavy poundage being used in wrist curls, your arm strength will increase, and therefore the size of your biceps and triceps will increase. The exercises that are necessary. Here is a routine that Larry Scott recommends. This is a superset of this exercise and the other two. The first is heavy, non-strict, that is cheating, barbell wrist curls with the thumb underneath. And you can see here that Larry has his thumbs underneath the barbell, and you can see that he's literally squatting. He's squatting, and the only thing that's making contact with the bench is his forearms. As I said, he's cradling it with his hips and his thighs. So the previous exercise is supersetted with light barbell wrist curls, and in this case the barbell rolls all the way down to your fingertips and then all the way up, so it's a lot more strict, this exercise. You can see that behind him he's got a heavy barbell, so he actually does the heavy barbell work with thumbs under. Then after performing 10 to 20 reps, does 10 to 20 very strict down to your finger wrist curls, and he finally supersets it with the final exercise in the next slide, and that is heavy reverse curls on a curl machine. He only recommends doing the middle portion of the exercises, which works the brachioradialis, and so these are all supersetted, and he recommends doing this on the curl machine because one can handle, again, very heavy poundages. That's the end of the video. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please give it a like, thumbs up, leave me your comments. Thanks for watching. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.